Hi, it's Kate here again. I'm just going to show you how to make my crumpled card background. This is a really lovely technique that you can use on antique look projects or pretty much anything else really. So what we need to start with is a piece of white cardstock. I'm going to be using the Buccaneer Bay Blue and Long John Silver, and they're both the Moonshadow Mists. This technique will also work with the Starburst sprays or the Glitz spritzers. Now this is a little messy, so I like to work in a craft pan. And the first thing I do is just grab some water. What you'll find is if you've tried to scrunch cardboard before, it often tears. The trick to this is just applying a tiny little bit of water first so that the card is a bit more malleable. Then just grab the card and scrunch. Now you'll probably still find that this will tear a little around the edges, but it shouldn't be quite as bad as if you hadn't put water on it. So once you've scrunched it into a little ball, then just flatten it out again. If you can see big spots like this that don't really have a lot of texture, you might like to just crumple this again. So just pop it onto your tray here. Make sure you've given your Moonshadow Mists a really good shake, and then just randomly squirt your Moonshadow Mists over the background here. You don't want to cover the whole thing on the first spray. You'd like to see a few of those colour differences. I just like some of my colour to pool in all of these creases. You can see it's doing that by itself. I'm going to give it a bit more of a incentive by just squirting quite close so it really soaks in. You can see it's picking up all of these little areas that we squirted before. This is going to make a really beautiful background. Now I'm just going to leave this to dry naturally. Don't hurry this with the heat gun, you'll find that the card will warp. This is my finished piece of crumpled card with Moonshadow Mists. I've left it about half an hour and it's all now dry. So what we've got is we've got the vintage brown colour from the Moonshadow Mists, plus a little bit of silver and blue that's settled into the creases from that beautiful sparkle that's in all of the products. So it looks like this. You can actually see the difference in the silver and the blue where it's settled. That's why you want to spray it in patches rather than squirt the same colours over the whole card. Alright, so I've just popped my crumpled background upside down on some scrap paper, and I'm just going to go over it with my craft iron until I've flattened out a whole lot of those wrinkles. So what you'll end up with is card that's quite a lot flatter so that you can use it on your project, but still has the look of all that texture that we created and all of that shimmer in the creases. This is the finished card that I've made with the Moonshadow Mist Crumpled Card background. I've coloured the image with Copics, and I've used little crystal embellishments also coloured with Copics. So this is my finished card with a lovely sparkly background and lots of bling. This is how I've used one of my Moonshadow Mist crumpled backgrounds. As you can see, it doesn't have to be on vintage look cards. I've made this one into a fairly girly card. My central image was made using Adirondack alcohol inks and was created so that it matched my beautiful background using the Moonshadow Mist Violaceous Violet. I love the gorgeous purple shimmer that this technique and this product gives to this book page.